Well, good afternoon, everyone. Michael Faust here. Glad you could take time out of your day to join me. Got some really good content to share with you today, and I appreciate you turning up on time. I always like to reward people who make the effort to be here on time. So we start on time, and we'll try and keep you here for less than an hour. That's always my intention. Today, I'm going to share stuff that comes from the heart, comes from 34 years of experience in the home-based industry, 39 years as an entrepreneur, and having done a lot of different areas, from owning companies, founding companies, management, consulting, developing software. Not to brag, just to say that that experience has given me insights and context that today will help you achieve some really good outcomes. So let me share a screen and get underway. I'm just going. So we're here to talk about blockchain sports, but a lot more than that. We're here to basically share with you how to use the next 6 months. Yes, the next 6 months to create lasting, sustainable income from Daisy AI. Yes, you're probably saying, well, hang on, I thought that's finished. I'll explain more. Blockchain sports, very relevant right now. And the next project that's launching in September, if you weren't even aware of that. Okay, so today is going to help you get a lot of information on all those things. But firstly, I want to start this in the right way. You need to first adjust your attitude and your mindset, or what I share will really have no value. So I want you to remove all the actual distractions. I want you to put aside all your actually preconceived ideas, your opinions, everything else, and really be open-minded today to learning a strategy that can help you be successful. How do I know it works? Well, because what I did in Daisy AI in the first 6 weeks set me up for success of the last 3 years. What I did in the first 90 days has ensured residual income. What I did in the first 6 months really locked that down. And I've been able to repeat that multiple times. I've basically achieved the leadership level in almost every opportunity of the last 34 years full-time in this industry. Again, not to brag, because it wasn't always a success every time, but I learned strategies and systems that enabled me to get out of the gates quickly, achieve success quickly, and I repeated that again and again. There are lots of people who are able to achieve success because maybe they're in the right place at the right time, at the right trend, right opportunity. They've got the right position in the organization, but you can't repeat that. That's just luck. What I'm going to share with you today is more than just luck. So let's talk a little bit about the state of the nation of the Limitless opportunities. The Daisy crowdfund community has been rebranded to Limitless for those who aren't in the know. What a great brand, Limitless. Limitless opportunities. So first, let's do a recap of what I intend to teach you today. I'm going to show you how just referring to people and duplicating that can create mega success. You want to hang around because that's towards the latter half of this presentation. The common mistakes that many people make and how to avoid them. The reason that I'm giving this presentation today, and maybe not you, is because I've made every mistake you can make in this industry along the way. But by making mistakes, that's how you learn. I was listening to a video today from with George Clooney, and George Clooney said, you learn nothing from your successes. You learn your most important life lessons from your mistakes, from your failures. Your failures and your mistakes are what teaches you how to do things differently and do things better. So we're going to help you avoid those. I'm going to show you a calculator that I created. I love calculators. Anybody who's been working with me, numbers don't lie. I'm going to show you a calculator that shows numbers that drive results. And I'm going to show you what you do now for the next 6 months can end up resulting in multiple streams of income. And by doing that, how what you do now will mitigate your risk and maximize your upside. So give me in the reactions tab whether you're interested in multiple streams of income, mitigating your risk, and maximizing your upside. I hope so. So let's do a recap. Daisy AI, this is the Endertech project. Let's look at it. Daisy AI today, the 6th of March, 2024. The crowdfund phase ended February 20, 2024. The license for the fund has been approved, but we are waiting for that to be issued. There's a lot of opinions and commentary going around the place that is very unfactual, inaccurate, based on emotion. These are the facts, folks. Let's stick to facts. Undeniable. You can add more funds and withdraw funds when the license is issued. Can't do before that because it's not legal to. You'd be in breach of the international regulations. And if you did that, different regulators could come and lock up the fund, seize the funds, and take all the money. And I'm sure none of you want that to happen. So even though it could be inconvenient for people not to be able to withdraw their funds right now, the protection of the business and the protection of the funds is much more important than convenience. And I don't know why that's so hard for some people to grasp, but sadly, there are some people in the community who are more concerned about their convenience and their personal circumstances than worrying about the protection of 240,000 people and the fund. But maybe I just think differently to everyone else. The total balance of your account will be accessible once the license is issued. So basically all the funds that went into the testing and development portion of the crowdfunds phase are now released, and that portion comes back to you along with any profits that are still sitting in your account. And you can access that like any normal investment fund when the license is issued, which we've been told by the lawyer. It's been approved, it's waiting to be issued, could be 1 month. They're giving a worst case scenario of 6 months. It's unlikely it'll take that long, but we have to, it's always better to be conservative with timelines and be surprised by a result quicker. In the meantime, your current balance will be continued to be traded as usual, and your profits will compound. A lot of people have been just drawing everything out they possibly can will now get to experience, even if only just for a month or two, the power of compounding. So you haven't lost any money. Nobody's going away. Nobody's running off with funds. It's just legally and compliantly, they cannot allow new funds to be added or funds to be withdrawn. Okay, so what's the optimal goal for Daisy AI? Maximize your funds in trade. Why? Because you want to be able to compound that up until it reaches your personal capital target. Anybody who's worked with me knows that I'm always talking about how to live your best life, and your best life always comes with a dollar sign attached to it, a monthly income, a weekly income, a yearly income. And that's equal to a certain amount of capital working for you with a certain actual return on average to give you an outcome. So you can live anywhere in the world, pay all your bills, have a good lifestyle, and not have to be at the mercy of a boss, not have to have your day-to-day decisions dictated by money. So you want to be able to get your capital working at a point where the cash flow that's being generated from your profits is something you can draw to support your optimal best life. Or maybe you just want to grow it as a nest egg, as a retirement fund, as a legacy fund for the next generation, whatever it is your goal, but you want to give it all away ultimately to the philanthropic causes, up to you. I'm not telling you what to do with it, but they're the general things that people aspire to do. What can you do now about the Daisy AI project? Bottom line, nothing. Nothing you can do except prepare for the next stage when the license is granted. Focus on what you can control. You are the passenger, you're not the pilot. You're not flying this plane, but enjoy the journey. Don't be sitting there anxious trying to tell the captain how to do his job. We don't have that privilege in this. So focus on what you can control and do all you can to take full advantage of the time you've got until the fund goes live, where then you have options like adding more funds, withdrawing funds, whatever you choose to do. Then you do have some control over what's going on. Of course, you can exit and leave. That option's on the table. I find that hard to fathom, but I respect people's various reasons for doing that. And there are some people who, frankly, they just need to exit and they need to go, and that's okay. You know, they just didn't really get this project, what it was all about. They can't seem to see the advantage of having 22 consecutive months of winning profit. They just focus on the problem. And there are other people with genuine reasons, but I would always say that lack of money shouldn't be the reason to take away the golden goose. You don't kill the golden goose that's creating you cash flow just because you have a short-term need. But again, we can spend a whole session on that alone. Another food for thought is, rather than closing, some people have extra accounts. You might have set up extra accounts for various reasons. Rather than exit the funds, remember that nobody new can access Daisy AI. So why wouldn't you want to have that as the opportunity to give away golden gooses to other people? I can now go to somebody and say, look, you missed the window to participate in Daisy AI, but I've got an extra account that you can take over. And that's an advantage. That's an upsell to get that person in. You're giving them something. It's like there's membership to an exclusive club that the membership rights of new people has finished. There's no way to access that. But just because you had some extra free memberships or extra memberships in the club, you can give them away. That's just the way I think. I think a little bit laterally to most people. Okay, so that's Daisy AI. Let's talk about BCS, blockchain sports. Keep it BCS for short. We love acronyms. Let's look at BCS today. This is a 6-month crowdfund. I love it. It's lots of time-sensitive outcomes. You know, monthly increases in cost of founders packs, lots of calls to action. That causes urgency. As the Nike ad says, just do it. Too many people are paralyzed in actually analysis. They're overthinking it, overanalyzing it, rather than just doing it. As Richard Branson says, it's a good opportunity. Just get busy and learn how it works along the way. So in August 2024, the crowdfund status finishes. And basically, you've got an opportunity to contribute in this crowdfund phase, either passively or actively, and get paid for the life of the project. How cool is that? I say to people, it's like being able to put funds into the Uber development or development of the Netflix or with Airbnb or Spotify. One-time outlay, get paid for life. Doesn't get any better than that. But also understand this is a speculative project. This is not like the Daisy AI trading. You put some capital in and the next day you start seeing some trading results, and you can sort of count on that for cash flow. If you need a salary type income, then the rewards that are coming, you can't count on that right now. This is a crowd fund. This is like a seed fund venture capital raise where the residual passive income streams are going to come more towards the end of that and from September onwards. So you've got to treat this. This is your opportunity to set yourself up for a share of Uber going public, Airbnb going public, Netflix going public, and getting all their income streams for the future. So it's speculative, it's unpredictable. People are going to say, well, how much am I going to make per day, per week? What's my ROI? It's not an investment. It's not one of those ROI deals of the day where you can say, I'm going to get 1% per day. It's not that. So you need to get, as Mel said at the very start, get your attitude right, get your mindset right. It's got potentially huge upside. And every logical reason would say it's going to achieve that with government support, $1 billion valuation of intellectual property, copyright protection. It's got 40 iconic football legends with 750 million followers online. Think about that. If they did a tweet or Instagram post and 0.1% of people engaged, that's 750,000 people engaging. Some people just miss the obvious. They're so caught up on their short-term need, they're missing the long-term potential upside. In real life, real world rewards and blockchain rewards, offering both. So what's the optimal goal for blockchain sports? Maximize the size of your founders pack. I give the analogy that the founders pack is like the actual toll gates on a super highway. You want to be the toll gate that collects the toll from motorbikes, motor vehicles, semi-trailers, buses, planes, trains, and automobiles. In other words, you want to get everything that's happening on this blockchain ecosystem, everything that's happening in this real world football industry. And when everyone pays a toll to participate, whether that's player transfer fees, sponsorship rights, media deals, blockchain transactions, you want a piece of it. You want to be the actual toll gate. And the bigger your founders pack, the more toll collection you're going to collect for the life of the project. The bigger your founders pack, the more you can maximize your passive residual in real life and blockchain rewards. And you want to also maximize your potential commission income by qualifying for all 10 levels. I'm assuming you're here today because you intend to share this. Yes, there's a good opportunity for passive people, but there's a really good opportunity on the referral side. And you'd be crazy not to refer this. One-time outlay for lifetime residual, it doesn't get much better than that, folks. You want to maximize your pool income to take all the money off the table. When I get involved in any opportunity, I always say, what do I need to put in personally to maximize my opportunity? And what do I need to put in terms of structure, in terms of number of people referred, team volume, etc., to take every dime off the table? If you bought a franchise or you bought a bricks and mortar business, your intention is not to earn 20% of the income. You want to earn 100% of what's available. But so many people think small and they only think about taking the minimum. What's the minimum I can start with? What's the minimum I can do? What's the minimum I have to do to get something? And it's that small thinking that keeps them in a life cycle of struggle. Think bigger. What do you need to do to take every cent off the table that's available to you? It's an equal playing field. Everybody can start with $100 and work your way up. So the founders packs, just quickly summarize again. As you increase the size of the founders pack, you just pay the difference. You get the nodes that put into circulation the tokens. The tokens become an asset that you own, and those nodes become the toll gates. The more nodes you have, the more toll gates you've got. The higher the pack, the more types of tolls you're collecting, from NFTs to validating transactions to explorer transactions to wallet transactions to bridging different blockchains to the exchange. And again, the same as the sale and resale of digital assets and the physical assets like the football stadiums and the academies, player transfers, clubs and academies, sports science technology, research and development, virtual reality technology, the metaverse, gaming, entertainment, and on it goes. So the higher your pack, the bigger piece of the pie you can take off the table. The passive ongoing money for all founders packs is the Atla coin minted by the nodes. And 40% of every blockchain reward and 40% of every in real life rewards, the physical rewards, the player fees and sponsorship fees and media rights and et cetera, that comes back to founders packs. Totally passive. If you never referred a soul, 40% of that revenue comes back. That's what I'm saying. One-time outlay for lifetime residual. And of course, the higher the founders pack that you get to by the end of the crowdfund phase, the more of the tolls you collect. And of course, the active parts are 10% of all the blockchain rewards and 10% of all the in real life rewards come back through the pay plan. That's ongoing. You don't have to meet some monthly qualification. You don't have to keep performing. Once you have got yourself qualified for the maximum number of levels of referral, after the crowdfund phase finishes, as all these rewards get paid, as players get signed on, as sponsorship deals happen, as media rights, as sports science technology, as data's downloaded, 10% of all the revenue is put back through the referral plan. So you're building a toll gate to collect a piece of it. If you don't have all the toll gates put in place, you're only going to take some money off the table on this super highway of income production. How do you have a zero cost outlay? I say to people, imagine an actual scenario where you went to Uber or Airbnb or Spotify or et cetera, and you said, I'll give you some money because I believe in your vision. And they say, that's great. We're going to give you a share of our ongoing revenue once we go retail to the public. And at the stage we go public, we're going to give you back your money. That will never be a conversation in the real investment world, in the real venture capital raise world. But in this opportunity, it is. Because just two people you refer with a founders pack, basically a minimum outlay of the $100 pack and the $500 pack, $600 each, $1,200 in total. You've now qualified to get back whatever founders pack you've got up to at the end of the crowdfund stage. So even if you started with 500 and finished with basically 100K, 100K, 2 referrals, you've got your money back. And our other videos have explained in great length about how that's going to happen. But fundamentally, it's a result of this. Blockchain Sports, our partner who created this opportunity that you get to benefit from, they've said, we're going to take half of our revenue and we're going to put that aside with Endotech and have it traded so that the profit from all of that can rebate back the cost of your outlay for a founders pack as long as you've got your 2 people. That'd be like Uber saying to all its investors, we're going to take half of our revenue in this development phase, put it with Endotech, and all the profit that gets made, we're going to give back our investors their money. What does that say to you? Well, it says they don't have to do that. That's putting at risk half their income. It shows their belief in Endotech and the trading, and it shows their heart. And yet people still question the intention of the founders, this whole project. I find it hard to comprehend the mindset of some people. Seriously. It's like, how much more evidence do you need to see that this is something that doesn't normally happen? But people feel entitled. People feel like they deserve something for nothing. And they're always looking for an exit. They're always looking to point the finger at somebody. Anyway, I just think differently to those people, and let's just agree to disagree on that. So how do you upsize your founders pack? Well, you can use your own money, and that's fine. Maybe you've got money you could just initially go in and bang, get a $100,000 pack. Maybe that's not you. So how do you get there? Well, you can refer and use your commission income. Well, I know some people are going to say, but Michael, I don't like talking to people. I don't like referring. I'm not good at selling. I'm not good at network marketing. I'm not. Maybe you just haven't learned how to do it properly. Maybe you haven't learned to do it in a way that doesn't come across as selling, where you don't have to sell, where you're actually sifting and sorting to attract the people who already want the solution you've got. You just got to point them in the right direction. But maybe you need to ask, is the lack of money in your life, the lack of time control in your life, the lack of opportunity in your life more uncomfortable than your lack of comfort learning how to do something that can change your circumstances? You get to decide that. I'm not here to convince you either way. But you can't keep complaining about your situation if the solution is staring you in the face and you simply won't do anything about it. Could be a bit blunt today, but I'm just feeling in that way. I think there's no point pussyfooting around. We might as well tell it straight. You can get creative. Sell unwanted stuff. Sell the cat, the kids. No, Sorry. Okay. I'm just joking there. But my point is, how many people have got a set of golf clubs that have never been used for the last 10 years? How many people have got stuff in their garage, in their attic, in their house that just sitting there gathering dust that they're never going to use again? Get rid of it, sell it. You know, if your car broke down and that was crucial for you to earn your living and you had to find $2,000 or $8,000, I guarantee you would get creative. But people won't get creative about changing their future. They want it to be convenient. Convenience never triggers activity that changes circumstances. It's the lack of convenience that triggers change. Change happens because you're so sick and tired of not having your life being convenient and having choices that you want to do something about it. And I can't make that happen for you. Only you can do that. So I want to talk about the 2x2 plan for success. I'm going to ask you some questions. Just a quick cup of tea here. Do you know 2 people who want a better life? Answer in your head, yes or no. Do you know 2 people who would like to put their money to work rather than working for money? Do you know 2 people who like to be the early adopters, first mover advantages? You know, they love getting in early on things. Do you know 2 people who trust you enough to just get started? Well, you can call them and say, look, do you trust me to look at something that's definitely worth your time? It may or may not be for you, but I think it's definitely worth putting at least $600 in and setting up something for a lifetime residual income. Do you trust me? If you don't have 2 people that trust you, maybe you need to change your circle of friends, or you need to change the way you relate to people. But everyone should at least have 2 people that trust them. So I'm going to talk about a calculator. I'm not going to put the spreadsheet up. I'm going to make that downloadable. I took some actual screenshots to show you. And these numbers reveal the opportunity. So in this calculator, up the top of the screen, you'll see 2 boxes in the first red box. How many people you can refer? Anybody can refer 2 people. Don't tell me, oh, I can't refer 2 people. That's nonsense. If you take advantage of the tools we've got, you can do that. And we're talking about a $600 outlay. Everyone's got to start with the Academy pack for 100 and the Founders pack 500. The first column is the 10 levels of referral and the number of members. So 2 people who tell 2 people who tell 2 people, and duplicate that down. It's a total of 2,046 people over your 10 levels. And then you've got the potential maximum payout of 4% per level. That's $600 being spent across the Academy pack and the base level Founders pack. And your payout is about 50,000 US dollars. Now, for a lot of people, depending on where you are in the world, that's probably equal to a year's salary. For some places in the world, that's equal to a couple of years' salary. So your volume, you can see in the volume column, that's what you're going to have. And you've got your cumulative volume. Now, on the far right columns is what you need to achieve to earn on each level. So at the $600 level duplicating, what happens is you'll be qualified for the first 3 levels, but you're going to be a little bit behind in meeting the qualifications for the other levels. You will catch it up, but you'd always sort of be 1 level behind. So the 600 is probably not the optimal level, but you can start with that to build your foundation. And below that is the different pools that you've got and what you need to do to qualify for the pools. The pools are the cherry on the top. They are not your salary. They are an unknown quantity that can vary day to day. So don't sit there and think, I can count on the pools of salary. This commission income, though, it is just numbers working. If you put the number of people in by the number of packs, by the amount of payout, the numbers don't lie. These are real numbers. Now, here's the first sweet spot, the 2,100. If you upgraded everyone to the 2,100 level and did the same, a 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, you've now made $171,000 across your 10 levels. and you've qualified easily for all 10 levels qualification, and you would have qualified for all the pools as well, or definitely pretty close to all the permanent shares. You a little bit extra work and you would have qualified for permanent shares. But the point is, would 171, almost 172,000 US dollars be attractive? What if you only achieved 25% of that? $37,500 in the next 6 months. This is a 6-month massive action. How many of you are going to earn $37,500? Or it's more than that. It's what, 85, 40, yeah, $42,500 in the next 6 months. And you're just helping 2 people, because once you teach people how to duplicate, you're not bringing in 2,000 people. Everybody knows 2 people. And the 2 people that you know may know a lot more people than you. And the people that they know may know a lot more people than you know. So stop thinking it's always your people that you need to refer that are the ones that make the bulk of your income. It's actually probably people in depth who have a bigger vision and more commitment than you that actually will create your success. But you've got to build the depth. You've got to have a duplicatable system. Now, the real sweet spot is this, the $8,000 level. At the $8,000 level, your income is now over $660,000. That's enough to put you in very good territory. Give you an example. Let's say that you put 200,000 of that into the Daisy AI. And let's say that was only netting 5% a month net after performance fees. That's $10,000 a month coming in passively, whether you get out of bed or not anymore, and you've still got $460,000. So you've used this 6 months to create a capital base of income that you can now put some of that to work in the other areas we've got. You may decide to put 400,000 to work in Daisy AI, and that's going to generate 20,000 a month. What sort of life decisions would you be making on $20,000 a month versus 10,000? Maybe a whole lot more. Maybe the actual vacations you're taking, the schools where your children go, the car that you drive, time for the gym, time for a personal trainer, time to play more golf, whatever it is you're into. Life becomes different. Maybe you wouldn't be going to the job you've got. Maybe you wouldn't be doing your bricks and mortar business anymore. And 5% net a month is definitely an achievable goal. I always like to be conservative with numbers. So the 8,000 is the sweet spot that I would go to, but you can see the 2,000 level is still worthwhile. So this calculator, you can put the numbers in. If you put in 3 people, everybody referring 3, the numbers get pretty scary. And again, these are hypotheticals. There's no guarantees. We're not saying you're going to make this sort of money. These are just hypothetical numbers based on you meeting all these requirements. But it does give you an indication of what potential is. And like I said, even if you only achieve 25% of that one on your screen right now, that would be more than $160,000 over the 6 months. $160,000 in 6 months, even that put to work at 5% will be $8,000 a month, coming in month after month after month from the AI trading. No guarantees, but probably a better solution than what you've got right now. So that's the calculator that will be available for you to crunch numbers. The new project that gets launched in September is a project that's meant to be even bigger than what we have right now, which is even what we've got right now at Blockchain Sports. Is hard to fathom the potential scalability of that. How do you maximize your upside? The larger your community at the start of this project in September, the more you're going to come out of the gates with immediate serious income. You're going to have funds to get started. Maybe when Blockchain Sports started, you didn't have much money to start because you hadn't built up enough income from your Daisy side of things to have enough spare funds to fund Blockchain Sports. Don't be caught in that situation again. Put yourself in a healthy situation where when the next project starts, whatever level is the optimal level, you've got the money to take full advantage. What you do between now and August 30 will determine how you start the next project. I'll say that again. What you do between now and August 30 will determine how you start the next project. It'll also lay the foundation potentially to change your life forever. I know this because I've done it multiple times. 6 months, even 90 days of consistent effort with the right activity, income producing activity, not overthinking energy, not over analysis, not being a product expert or a blockchain expert or a comp plan expert, but learning how to build a community. That's the key. So how do you maximize your upside at the moment in blockchain sports? Blockchain sports is something you can do right now. You can't impact Daisy AI. The new project hasn't launched yet. Blockchain sports is there now. The 2x2 team building. You could start in the next 24 hours, put in 2 people and just help them do the same. And why do you want to put in 2 people? So you get back your money from your founders pack. Why do you want to help them get 2 each? So they get their money back. Why do you want to help those 4 put in 2? So they can get their money back. You see what you're doing here? You're not using them to get what you want. You're helping them get their money back. And at the same time, you're creating a mutual win-win. If everybody just brings in 2 people each, everyone's going to be happy because they've got a zero outlay and everybody's winning because commissions are flowing, packs are moving, breakage pools are paying out. You want to upsell to the higher founders packs because the higher they go, the more toll gate income they're going to be collecting from the real world projects and the blockchain projects. You want to leverage the call to action timelines. I'll be pretty accurate in quoting that they're not going to put off the 10% increase in price at the end of March. The price of the founders packs will go up because the node costs do go up. So you've got what, 20, 25 days to take advantage of the current price. He who snoozes loses. So take advantage. That's a serious time sensitive deadline to save money. Leverage the resources. I just tell people, if you just sent people to the Zooms and you took advantage of the overview videos we created, the official videos, the tools, you don't need to create any videos. You don't need to run your own Zooms. If you can, if you want to, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to create your own videos. But if you don't want to spend time doing all that, let people like myself who've got decades of experience at creating content and dumbing it down, take advantage of us and leverage the tools we already created and the events we have like this and just put people in front of it and sift and sort to identify the people that are ready to take action. Not convince people, not drag people over the finish line, not trying to make them do something they don't want to do. Not interested in that. We're just trying to identify the action takers. So my question to you is your head screwed on right to take full advantage? Where is your mindset right now? Do you see opportunity or do you simply see roadblocks and challenges? Are you going to be solution focused or are you going to be problem focused? Do you see when a challenge comes up, like what happened in this last week when the founders had to announce that their legal counsel said, for example, there can be no withdrawals from the Daisy AI until the license gets issued. That was a really good opportunity to test the mindset of the community. And a lot of people had a lot of stinking thinking and a lot of self-entitlement attitude, a lot of me focus. That's not denying that there were real implications, that some people relied on that for cash flow, who really needed those funds. I'm not disputing any of that. But how you respond to challenges really shows where your default thinking is. Is your default thinking, oh, they scammed me again, I'm a victim, it's all turned to shit, excuse the language, basically it's all downhill from here? Or do you seek to understand? Do you say it's just a speed bump in the journey and you get on with what you can control? I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking. But me personally, I don't get stuck focusing on problems. I look for solutions and I create solutions and I try and create understanding. I try to add value. What about you? Are you adding value? Are you being the thermostat for your group, not the thermometer? Are you setting the temperature, no matter whether there's good things happening or bad things happening? Are you always trying to keep a consistent temperature, or are you just blowing in the wind? The minute the first obstacle comes along, oh, yep. If your team comes complaining to you, do you side with them in their complaint, or do you try and get them back on track again? I don't know. But one of those actions creates the right results. The other one actually destroys your business. It's funny how people complain about how hard it is to build a community, and yet they destroy their own community with their mouth because they can't control their thinking. They can't control just spitting out the first reaction, and it shows their default mindset. So where is your default mindset? In the end, make a decision and just do what needs to be done. You can see opportunity in this next 6 months. I've showed you a plan of just doing it. You can choose to exit and do something else. That's fine. I totally respect that. But whatever you do, just do something. Just make a decision. If you're going to go, go. And don't throw stones. Go away with grace. Be the bigger person. Don't be one of those people who's got to, pull everything down and throw rocks at what they just left. If you're going to stay, though, don't play. Get seriously engaged. Take full advantage. Work with the people who are there to help you. I'm there to facilitate your success. I can't make you successful. I can't do that because I don't know whether you're going to do anything. I don't know what you're going to do with the information I've shared today. I can only facilitate your success. That's my commitment. I will do everything I possibly can to facilitate the success, not only of my own personal community, but the community at large, because I believe if the right information is going out, the right mindset is being established in the broader community, we all benefit from that. So on that note, I want to thank you for your time today. I hope you got a lot of value out of today. Feel free to give me some love in the reaction tab down below. I do appreciate it. It's not for ego's sake, but I just want to know you're engaged. I hope that you will take today away the information and put it to good work. I hope today that you'll leave here with a clear direction of what you need to do to go where you need to be or where you desire to be. This is only one of many Zooms we'll be doing. Next week, I'm starting a calendar of events. So basically in this Australasian Oceania time zone, Mondays will be an information session to basically help non-members understand what this opportunity is all about. Tuesday will be what we call enhance, where we're enhancing your knowledge base. Excuse me for a second. So Mondays for new people, Tuesdays for existing people to enhance their knowledge. Wednesday is about mastering your skills to develop your community, to build your community. If you know how to master building a community, then you can do anything. And we're going to do an AMA session on a Thursday. Ask Me Anything. We'll just tackle common questions and answers. So that'll be a weekly 4-night a Zoom each night of the week with a purpose to get the new person in, elevate their knowledge, develop mastery, answer common questions, and that'll be repeated over a period of time to build a foundation. So let's make the next 90 days, the next 6 months in total really count. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to helping facilitate your success in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Thanks, everyone. Have a great time. Talk soon.